oldest schools in the country, and that is Kigezi High School in Kabale, which will be launching activities to mark 100 years of its existence later this week. And in studio, I have Catherine Wamboba. Have I pronounced your name right?
No, you haven't.
No. I knew I was going to mutter that. You are the CEO, Uganda Chamber of Mines and Petroleum. So how do I pronounce your name, Catherine?
Wabomba.
Waboba.
Wabomba.
Wabomba. Yes. Perfect. And on Zoom, I have David Bahati, who is the Minister of State for Trade. Mr. David Bahati, how are you this morning?
Very well, thank you.
Brilliant. How do you feel that your old school is making 100 years of existence? David?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I asked you, how do you feel that your old school is making 100 years of existence?
We are very grateful that our school, Kigezi School, is celebrating 100 years, and that's the reason why on Sunday, the 27th of this month, we shall be thanking God at St. Francis Chapel, beginning at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. because we want everybody from whatever activities they have, the service they have on Sunday, to converge at St. Francis at 4 p.m. to thank God for completing 100 years of educating children, 100 years of changing lives, and 100 years of transforming our communities. And also committing our school and the plans we have for the school in the hands of God, and the future of the school in the hands of God, because we truly believe that in the next 10 years, Kigezi School should be the best school in the country.
Oh, wow, amazing. Catherine, I'll come back to you. How do you feel that you're making 100 years?
Oh, wow. It's a proud moment for everyone. It's exciting. And like you rightly said, there are not so many schools that have marked that 100-year mark. So we are very, very happy. The excitement and cuts across really, and of course the fact that we have alumni from as far as, well, we don't have, I think, anyone living at the time when the school was established, but at least we have as
that
old.
Would be amazing. Yeah,
but we have, and then we are interconnected as a community. So it's exciting. We are so excited about it. We are grateful to God for the time, of course, and we are looking forward, of course, to even greater heights for the school.
Do you know who the oldest OB or OG you have?
Well, that's a tough one. I'll need to consult on that. But no, I will have to consult on that one. Yes. You might be surprised that you have someone who is 90 or 100 or something. That would be really amazing. Still alive?
Yes.
No, I don't have.
It is possible. So David Bahati mentioned a few celebrations and activities that are going to be happening on Sunday. He mentioned that Thanksgiving event at the chapel. What else will be happening? So
as we celebrate the 100 years, we have lined up a list of activities that we are going to be doing to commemorate this achievement. Yeah. The school was established on the 2nd of Feb 2022. But coincidentally, on the 22nd of Feb, which happens to be the exact day today, that's when the first set of students reported, and at that time it was a primary. Yeah. So we of course, now we have a community of alumni, like I mentioned, spread across. So we have the Thanksgiving that Honorable Bahati has talked about. It's at St. Francis Chapel at 4 p.m. But then we also have the community in Kabale that will also be celebrating the same. They will have a Thanksgiving service at St. Peter's Cathedral, Garama, at 10 a.m. But then in addition to the Thanksgiving services and all the other planned activities, we have a very big sports gala that we have planned for everyone on the 5th of March. that will bring together all the alumni, like I mentioned, from as oldest to the youngest.
Yeah. We
will all be there celebrating. There will be a number of activities, a number of games. We believe sports is one of the ways to unite people. So we want to have fun as we remember, all the achievements, experience sharing, and of course also the networking. That networking to try and find out who's doing what and how we can utilize that community and our networks to better ourselves.
And indeed, the networking will work for you, because the two OBs I have today, you are CEO, Uganda Chamber of Mines and Petroleum. I have Mr. David Bahati, who is a Minister of State for Trade. Kigezi is producing some quite interesting people. And David, if I come to you, when were you last at Kigezi?
Well, I finished in the early 90s, the senior 6, but I studied at Kigezi School for the 6 years. And in addition to what my OG has said, for the last 5 years, we have been doing a number of activities in preparation for the centenary. We have had all students renovate the school, the halls where they stayed. We have had the games, we have had the reunions. So it has been a period of real celebration for the 100 years, because we truly believe that the school can be as great as all the students. And therefore, while we look forward to, and as I said before, to have support from the government, we also think that the old students should have an impact on the school itself, but also on the communities around. And therefore, that's the reason why government will be renovating all old schools, including Kigezi School, because these old schools, which were started at the beginning of the century, have really made a great contribution to our country. And as my OG will be letting you know, we have a motto at Kigezi School. We have values at Kigezi School which have impacted our students' values: love for God, love for country, and also service above self. If you meet any old student of Kigezi School, if you want to differentiate them from other people who have gone to other schools, it's really the quality of service. We believe that we should serve above self, because of love for God and love for our country. And that's what makes Kigezi School unique.
David, what is the most memorable moment for you during high school? David?
Well, the quite a range of things that I remember.
Oh dear. I think we have
school, and actually over the week, which I tried to kind of renovate. But one of the things that I remember was a place we call Nyarushu. Nyarushu meaning the dining hall.
Oh, sorry. I think we have lost David. The network is making it difficult. But I'll come to you, Ms. Catherine, with the same question. What is the most memorable thing that you remember from being at Kigezi High School?
Thanks, Idris. And maybe I hope I can build on point
please,
of Nyarushu, because I think he wanted to bring out. I don't know what exactly he wanted to bring out with Nyarushu, but Nyarushu was our dining hall. It's a place of memories, of course, and of course, as a lady, that very place was not the most. It could easily be intimidating, if I may say. It's a natural thing. And then of course you're
walking with your dish, your plate.
Yeah, and then you're eating with boys, and I think most of the ladies don't have a good experience with Nyarushu because of that. They're intimidated by, the guys are going for the because you're sharing the meals, definitely. So it's somehow, in a way, it's also a lesson, because it teaches you to be that confident. Because you'd say, how can you as a lady go to the dining every time? Yeah. No, there's also that pride of, oh no, I can't go to Nyarushu, And so of course for the ladies. going to that very place, you know, every time. It also helps you to build your confidence. You can feel comfortable within your skin. You can walk into Nyaruju with confidence, and, you know, share the meals with the boys, and create the rapport with the same boys. So it could be a place of you know, building their confidence, but also intimidating in a way. But then, of course, there are key things that as a teenager that I would remember as a teenager growing up: the fear of God, because, you know, it's a church-founded school. The values are really honor God, you know, and as a teenager, you probably need that kind of, I wouldn't say intimidation, but you need to be reminded that you're making choices, but then for every choice you make, there's a consequence to it. And then, of course, it's laid before you saying you're choosing between life and death. That constant reminder that God is watching every move you're making. And then, of course, the fact that it's the diversity in the school. It's church-founded, but then, of course, it also allows, you know, diversity within the school. So there are different clubs. You're free to belong to Scripture Union. You're free to belong to the Interact Club. You're free to belong to the Scouting. You're free. So there was all that diversity that helps you to be an all-round kind of person. And of course, when it comes to leadership, Honorable Bahat mentioned, your motto is a constant reminder that you're here to serve, and you must serve above self. So that kind of foundation that you get, it builds you in a way that you know, I don't know how it is now, but that culture that is instilled in you from that young age, it's something that you build on. It's something that helps you even later. When you look back, you sit back and you're like, oh, that is something I could have actually.
It shapes you.
Yes, it does.
As a person. And talking about foundation, of course, gives you the ability and the values to take into the future. And there is a launch of the Founders Centenary Memory Scholarship for the upcoming new students. Tell us more about that. How is it going to work? So
it's a concept that was conceived in honor of the founder, Dr. Reverend Dr. Algie Stanley Smith. So it's a Dr. Stanley Smith scholarship. And of course, you know, the motivation is we have come from a traditional school, but where we are right now, there's a lot of competition with the private schools, and in a way, they are giving the traditional schools a run for the money, for their money. And so, as old students, when we came together, we said we must find creative ways to keep our school afloat. We must find creative ways to keep it competitive. We must be able to attract, you know, the talent, quality student, quality education, and be able to still produce. Because our vision as old students, and of course we're working with the management of the school, the board, our vision is to try and make Kigezi High School one of the best schools. Top 10. We don't want to go for anything below top 10. Because
100 years and going.
Yes, it has been there. So we know that, of course, now with the private schools coming up, it's a very tough competition. So this scholarship is aimed at attracting that top talent. And then, of course, you know, when you invested in the school that much, you'll make sure that you're following up. You're able to competitively produce
to keep
quality.
The flame burning.
Yes.
And Catherine, because we are running out of time, how can we, all the old boys and girls, be part of this event, the events that you talked about earlier? So
we have a liaison office that is coordinating all this. And you can get in touch with the liaison office. It's hosted at the Birungi Barata offices on Archer Road. But then also you can reach out as, you know, we have our social media platforms. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, and then of course the trend, the hashtag that is trending for this celebration, Kigezi High School at 100. It's when you follow that, you'll be able to reach out to that. And then of course we are open. Like when you go to church, usually when you go to church, when you're leaving, they'll tell you if you're visiting us and it's your first time you're visiting us, take our greetings. But if you're looking for a church to belong, here you are. So it's alumni and friends. So you're welcome to join us.
Even if
friends.
you're not an OG.
Yes, we are alumni and friends.
Perfect.
So even you, we want to be able to welcome you. Wow. So you're all welcome to join us. We'll start with our celebration on Sunday, yes, of course. But then the activities will go through the entire year. So we're using this whole year to celebrate. There will be the gala that I've mentioned. We have planned, you know, mentorship for the students at school, and then we have the dinner
in March.
Yes, the gala is in March, on 5th of March in Nakawa. So we call upon everyone to join us. But then also we'll be going throughout the entire year.
Okay, well, Mr. David Bahati, please kindly just say bye to the people because we have totally run out of time.
Yes, in addition to that, we are also working on efforts to have a multi-purpose centenary hall at Kigezi High School built by the alumni and the friends of Kigezi High School. So we're looking forward to the Thanksgiving on Sunday, and we want to invite all of you alumni and friends of Kigezi High School to join us as we thank God for 100 years of celebrating, educating our children, celebrating, impacting lives, and celebrating impacting and transforming communities as a school.
Well,
thank you.
Congratulations to the OBs and OGs of Kigezi High School, David Bahati, Miss Catherine Wamboba. Congratulations, and I hope everything goes well. We are taking a short